Hi there, everybody. Sorry I haven't posted videos for the last couple of days, but we've had a slight change of work routine at school, which means I teach the Year 2 bubble on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday, I work from home. Okay, so I will try and post videos on a Thursday and Friday for you, but there won't be quite as many for the next few weeks. But today, I thought I'd share with you Little Miss Splendid. I'm going to read some shorter books because I'm working from home and my internet is not very good at uploading long videos. So just some shorter stories for the next few weeks. Nothing was too good for Little Miss Splendid. She lived in a huge house surrounded by large gardens. Wow, nice house. She slept in an enormous bed with silk sheets and silk pillowcases. She bathed in a golden bath, and she dined on silver plates. Oh, she was splendid. At least she thought so. Little Miss Splendid thought a lot of herself. In fact, she didn't think about much else. One day, while taking a stroll around her gardens, Little Miss Splendid came upon a small door in one of the walls. She'd never noticed it before. I wonder what's through here, she thought, and opening the door, she stepped through. She found herself out on a road. Along came Mr. Small, out for a short walk. Good morning, he remarked politely, raising his hat. Little Miss Splendid stuck her nose in the air and walked past him as if he wasn't even there. What a common little man, she thought to herself. That's rude, isn't it? She came to a bus stop. Mr. Happy and Mr. Daydream were there, waiting for a bus. Hello, grinned Mr. Happy. Who are you? I, she replied, am Splendid. Oh, said Mr. Happy. Are you going to catch the bus? Asked Mr. Daydream. Me? The bus? Never. I, she went on, have never been on a bus in my whole life. An expression of distaste crossed her face. You have to sit next to people on buses, and that will never do. Oh, said Mr. Happy, and he scratched his head. He couldn't think of anything else to say. Miss Splendid walked off with her nose in the air. Miss Splendid arrived in town. She looked at herself in all the shop windows as she walked down the street. I must say, she thought to herself, I do look splendid today. And then something caught her eye. There in the middle of the window of the hat shop was a hat. Not just a hat and a half. The most magnificent, sumptuous, desirable, gorgeous, spectacular, amazing, splendid hat you've ever seen. Miss Splendid marched into the shop. She snapped her fingers and a saleslady came over. Good morning, madam, said the saleslady. Miss Splendid just ignored her. Can I help you? I, announced Miss Splendid, wish to try on that hat in the window. Miss Splendid looked at herself in the mirror. Magnificent! I look absolutely magnificent. I'll take it, she announced. But don't you want to know how much it costs? Asked the saleslady. Costs? Queried Miss Splendid loftily. I never discuss money matters. Just post me the bill. And she marched out of the shop. Little Miss Splendid stood on the pavement and held up her hand. Taxi! She announced in a loud voice. A taxi pulled up next to her. "Take me home," she ordered and went to get in. But of course she couldn't. Her new hat was much too large to fit through the taxi door. "Driver," she said, "you need to get yourself a bigger taxi. In the meantime, I think I shall walk." The taxi driver just grinned. Little Miss Splendid walked along the road. "Perhaps it is better to walk," she thought to herself. "That way everybody will have a chance to see my new hat." But then it happened. I wonder what it is. It started raining. And the trouble was, the more it started to rain, the more it rained. And the trouble was, the more it rained, the more Miss Splendid got wet. And the trouble was, the wetter she got, the wetter her hat got. What a sorry sight. Don't you agree? Oh dear. Not so splendid now. The bus was coming back on its return journey from town, and it drove past her. Mr. Happy and Mr. Daydream, on their way home, sitting in the dry, looked out of the bus's window. "I say," remarked Mr. Happy, looking out at the bedraggled figure trudging along in the wet, "that is a splendid sight." Mr. Daydream giggled. "Splendid indeed." Miss Splendid looked anything but splendid. She had finally arrived home. However, after a hot bath in a gold bath and a boiled egg in a gold egg cup, eaten with a silver spoon, she started to feel much better. In fact, later on she spent an extremely pleasant evening looking at, well, what do you think she spent all evening looking at? No, not the television. Herself in the mirror. Splendid. Well, what a rude little miss she was. But I hope you enjoyed that story. I'll post another one tomorrow. Keep up with the home learning. You're all doing really well, grown-ups included. We're going to get through this, and let's hope it's soon. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.